Alright guys, today I'm going to bring you along for tomato soup. And this stuff is so good. 10 times better than anything you can get from a can. And it really doesn't take much to come together, and it's very versatile if you don't like an ingredient or you like one more than another. So, with that being said, I'm making a huge batch, so I'm making a triple batch. So feel free to have it, but I am having this for my lunches for the week, so I want to make sure I have a good amount. So to start off, I have about a tablespoon of bacon grease down, and then a large onion, and I mean one of my big, large onions. To this, I am adding, how many? 4 pints of crushed tomatoes, and then a pint and a half of whole cherry tomatoes that I canned up. Now, to that, I'm adding pepper, a good amount. I'm adding salt.
Get off of
it. And some red pepper flakes. Some thyme. A little bit of sugar. About 2 tablespoons. And oregano. The last thing we're adding is roasted garlic. So a whole bulb of that. Okay, so once you have that whole bulb of garlic in, and don't worry about chunks because this is all going to get pureed. The last ingredient is going to be 2 quarts of chicken stock, or in my case, I'm using turkey stock. And it smells so good. Yeah. Good seal. And cheese. And now this is going to cook on just a low simmer for a few hours until it reduces down and everything has married and we're ready to puree and add some cream. Okay, so this has reduced, it started way up here. So it's reduced about an inch and a half. I tasted it, it tastes marvelous, but I am gonna let it go. It's gone for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna let it go for probably another good hour. But before I do, I am gonna add some basil. Now, I don't like basil as much as I like oregano, so I'm not adding that much. Maybe a teaspoon and a half, half a tablespoon is all I'm going to add to this huge batch. Because I like it, but I'd rather have fresh, and I don't. So just a little bit for a background flavor, and then I want it to thicken up a little more before I add the cream, because the cream's going to loosen it right back up. So another hour, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, so at this point, it is ready to go if you did not want to add any kind of cream or milk or whatever. I'm going to add cream. Also, if you wanted to can this, you could can this. There's nothing in it that shouldn't be canned. If you're worried about the acidity level, add a little citric acid to each jar. But we're adding cream. So, this is just to your liking. I'm probably going to add about a cup because this is such a big batch. And then we'll give it a taste test, and then I'll show you how I like to eat it. Stir together. Go ahead and turn the heat off. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It is so good. So delicious. Alright, so here is, if I can get it in focus, here's my tomato soup. Now, excuse me, I like to add a little more red pepper flakes And then depending on the time that I have, depends on how I do it. So sometimes if I have the time, I will make a grilled cheese and dunk, or I'll do little baguette pieces and put them on top and put it in the oven with cheese and let all that broil for a minute. Or that is just so good. If I don't have time, which is like right now, I use croutons. So sprinkle on however many croutons you like. No judgment here. And then I sprinkle shredded cheese on top. And I've used cheddar, which is what I'm using today. I've used Swiss, which is delicious. It's all good. And there you go. Does that not look amazing? So, with that being said, I'll give it another taste test because it's just too good to wait. That is just so good. And these are cheese and garlic, by the way. Croutons. In case anyone was wondering. They're delicious in this soup. But I really hope you try the soup out. It is so good. And like I said, before you add the cream, you could can this if you wanted. And if you add the cream and then decide that you want to save some, you could always freeze it. I've frozen this soup before, and it freezes very well, even with the cream in it. So, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.